Oh, Jesus, I almost dropped it. Hey, welcome back to Modern Fossil. We're gonna get started immediately to accidentally get started with the trial.
Well, I can't see if I'm in the webcam here.
Unbelievable.
Oh, here I am.
Yeah.
All right. You were asked to guard the urn by Miss Adrian Andrews, is that right?
Indeed. It seems that they had heard of my rocking reputation.
I see Miss Andrews is still attracting the weirdos. You better watch out too, Maya.
The urn was placed in the box in Zavali and was sent to the warehouse.
You mean this box?
Yes, that pathetic box. Lady Andrews was especially taken with that urn. And she wouldn't let anyone into the storeroom, not even me.
Huh. Interesting new tidbit.
Hence, I was actually unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime.
So you're sure that you had never seen the urn before?
Indeed. Even I asked Lady Andrews to confirm for yourself. My security was focused entirely on the entrance to the warehouse. However, I, Luke Atmey, let no information whatsoever slip through my fingers. I knew it was an extremely valuable treasure, so I sent my card 10 days beforehand.
You mean this calling card?
That's right! That is, without a doubt, my calling card! Guess Mr. Delight didn't make this after all.
Of course, because Atmey knew about the emblem. Making this card authentic would have been child's play for him.
I handle security by myself to ensure that my crime goes smoothly. You shut the fuck up.
I'm sorry. And no one entered the basement warehouse.
Unfortunately, there were many different treasures being taken there. That's for a period of approximately 5 days. People were indeed going in and out of the warehouse. Here I am. At last, I held the urn in my hands for the first time at 1 a.m. on October 12th.
And this is the photo that proves that, huh?
Indeed. To be honest, even if a photo was taken, I didn't think it would matter terribly much. Hey Dick, this photo's a fake. Detective Atmey might have stolen the urn whenever this was taken.
That's true. You know, he's been saying that he never saw the urn until that night. If we can prove that he's lying there, we can wrap this up and put a bow on it. I need to take a good, hard look at the court record.
Not a lot to go on, is there?
That detective's been covering his tracks. There's only one thing we need to prove in this cross-examination. That he took this photo well before the actual night of the crime.
Alright then, how do we do that?
There's one thing that Atmey stated very clearly. That he had never seen the urn before he stole it.
Need to prove that he's lying. So he's never seen the urn before he stole it. If that wasn't obvious enough.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
So let's go to the evidence here.
Okay. Alright, so we got the, this is what the urn is advertised as. That's what it looks like.
Advertised, right?
Yeah.
How can we prove that he saw this advertisement?
We can't do that. Army Face Golden Statue, it was carried into the basement warehouse on the day of the crime. It was moved again that night, so it was taken there to cover up the paint on the day of the crime, and it moved afterwards, during the night. Here's a calling card. You're coming to put on your most priceless work of art on display at your Treasures of Grain exhibit. Take good care of that speckled urn, won't you? You'll truly... That's the mouse.
Oh, wait, go back to that. Okay, so...
Yeah.
I'll be coming to put on the most priceless work of art on display at your Treasures of Grain. How would he know about the Treasures of Karain exhibit unless he had seen the advertisement and known that the urn was speckled?
The urn is speckled in this advertisement?
Oh wait, it's not speckled. How could he know it's speckled? Oh, because he's seen it before! Oh my god! Mr. Atmey, if you really are Master Mask, then you also wrote this calling card, correct?
But of course! Is there a problem with that calling card?
Allow me to read a passage from the calling card that Master Mask had written. John 3:16. Take good care of the speckled urn. Now, the speckled here surely refers to this pink pattern on the sacred urn.
Yes, that is true, but so what?
Truth be told, there's no way that Master Mask could have known about this pattern.
What do you mean?
This pink, spotted pattern on the urn is actually nothing more than paint stains.
Paint stains. I have shit stains.
And these stains did not appear until after the urn had been taken to Lordly Taylor!
I'm not finding this joke to be very funny, Mr. Trite.
The day that the sacred urn was taken to the warehouse, the urn was broken due to human error, or should I say, an error-prone human.
Oh.
And that's when the pink paint got on the urn.
Ugh. You can't be serious.
And yet this calling card clearly mentions the paint pattern. Which means Detective Atmey had seen this urn long before the crime ever took place. In fact, he saw it when this fake photo was taken. And because this photo is a fake, your alibi for the night of the murder no longer holds water!
I've had a stroke.
Witness, do you have anything to say for yourself?
All right, that did it. He's broken!
Look, I think it's still a little early for a victory pose.
Huh? Oh. Oh.
It's so sad. No one has any conviction these days.
Conviction, you say? I have a conviction of it.
Yesterday, they all decided unanimously that this man was Master Mask. Now, we're calling him a murderer. You don't think we're being a tad fickle?
Who's Tad Fickle? That's a good point.
My barber.
No way! Don't fall for that too, Your Honor!
You say that Luke Atmey was the one who killed Kane Bullen. And let me ask you this. Why would he do that? An excellent point. Noted, Mr. Knight. Noted! Might you my merry murderous motive manifest? Dick! He's getting a second wind with alliteration!
If he prepared an alibi and pinned his crime and Ron to light, as you say, he must have had a very strong motive for murder.
The only one with any motive we've seen is Ron Delight. Isn't that right, Detective? Indeed. According to my own research, the boy's motive is clear.
Without a motive, it's nearly impossible to prove guilt in a murder case. Now then, maybe you can enlighten us as to what the defendant's motives were.
I'd be honored to, Sir Old-Timer.
They're doing everything they can to make sure Ron looks suspicious. Despite our lack of hard information, this may be our only chance.
I, Luke Atmey, had no points of contact with the victim whatsoever. Kane Bullen decided to investigate Master Mask and simply mistook who he was. It was Mr. Bullen who wrote the blackmail letter and sent it to Ron Delight. And it was again Mr. Bullen who harbored a grudge against Mr. Delight for his betrayal. Mr. Bullen's mistake is quite excusable. The defendant truly believes he is Master Mask. Are you having a snack while I testify? God damn it! That is
Sorry,
why
I'm sorry.
Mr. Delight saw it fit to kill Kane Bullard. Truly a tragedy. Can I have some?
So the victim, Kane Bullard, blackmailed the defendant?
This is the blackmail letter found in the defendant's apartment. A handwritten test confirms that Mr. Bullard was indeed the one who wrote the letter.
What? What?
Blackmail letter found in Ron Delight's room, written by Bullard.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Begin your cross-examination.
I, Luke Atmey, had no point of contact with the victim whatsoever.
And who in the world is gonna prove that?
I will. After doing a thorough background check of Detective Atmey and Kane Bullard, they were unable to find any links between them. It's all in the report.
Perhaps they were connected through their work? They were both involved in security.
Nope.
That was blunt.
In any case, the only one with a motive was Mr. Delight. Kane Bullard decided to investigate Master Mask and simply mistook who he was.
Mistook.
That's right. Mistook. From the Old Norse mistaka, meaning to take an error.
That wasn't what I meant.
Just who did the victim mistake Master Mask to be?
Right, the answer is obvious. Ron Delight, of course.
Boy, I'd like to wipe that smug look off this guy's face. Press harder. Why would the victim mistake the defendant for Mask the Mask?
Don't you already know that? Durali! Take a good look at this newspaper.
Oh ho! That's the famous Tear of Emanon, a magnificent jewel.
That photo shows a magnificent detective as well, does it not? Furthermore, it also shows an ugly god, namely the defendant.
The defendant!
The detective clearly misread the article, and Savannah, he got the wrong impression. The impression that this ugly security guard was in fact Master Mask.
I see.
That was an unusually reasonable deduction. It was Mr. Bullard who wrote the blackmail letter and sent it to Ron Delight.
You mean this blackmail letter right here?
It says bring $50,000.
And the handwriting is without a doubt the victim's?
There's no mistake. We have an official report to prove it.
But I don't see an addressee on this letter anywhere.
An addressee?
This letter was discovered in Ron Delight's apartment. Mr. Delight did show up at the designated place and time. The fact that there was no addressee is irrelevant.
I wonder.
Yo, what's up, Nick?
I just had a thought. What if that blackmail letter wasn't meant for Mr. Delight?
Whoa. Do you have any evidence for that?
For some reason, I just can't shake the feeling that there's something not quite right about this blackmail letter.
Well, everyone, are you quite satisfied? We might as well take a look at the blackmail letter.
Sure, yeah.
If you don't want your true identity revealed to the world, come to KB Security at 1 a.m. on October 12th and win $50,000. If you don't, I'll take that red diamond you received the other day instead.
Red diamond.
Yep. What about it?
His ring.
He does have a red diamond in his ring.
What do you mean by that?
Oh my, I was said that you were already aware. Durali! KB Security has a lot of info on all sorts of companies. Since I was security team chief, I stole data from the company. Kane Bullard had yet to forgive yon Mr. Delight, which is why he sent him that letter upon mistakenly believing he was the thief. Here's a file that we discovered in Mr. Bullard's office. Evidence that Mr. Bullard was receiving money through blackmail.
However, isn't this a bit odd? Why did the defendant pay Mr. Bullard the money? Even though he wasn't actually masked to mask.
On that point, there was an unfortunate bit of chance. Give me a second. Entertain the audience for a minute.
Well, guys, I saw the movie 80 for Brady yesterday, and the median age in there is probably 77 years old, and I think I was seated next to the oldest person in the theater, and she got up to go to the bathroom at one point and ripped the nastiest fart right in my face as she was getting up, and that is not a joke whatsoever. It was like a
So did that enhance the experience?
it enhanced the room. Yeah.
Okay, that's all I can take. All right, good job. You did it. You did it like 2 minutes ago. Good job. You did it.
Mind if I ask you a few questions, Detective Atmey?
Well, if it's just a few, I guess it's all right.
When you said that this letter was addressed to Rhonda Light, I couldn't help but notice one major contradiction.
Contradiction? I don't know where a walking contradiction like you gets off saying things like that.
You're one to talk.
At times like these, men are made to express themselves with their fists. Why don't you show us what you've got there, Junior?
Indeed. Time to man up, Mr. Wright. Show us the contradicting evidence in the content of the blackmail letter.
Yeah. So what's the contradicting evidence within the blackmail letter?
Let's take a look at the old blackmail letter.
Yeah.
Well, the red diamond.
Okay. Okay. So, what about the red diamond?
Well, supposedly. Wait, go back to it again, actually. Sorry.
Yeah.
If you don't take that red diamond you received the other day instead.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so we're under the impression that Atmey is mask to mask. Atmey has the red diamond on his finger. He calls Rhonda Light there to take back the red diamond. If he doesn't bring him the 50K.
Okay.
But he has the red diamond, so that actually sort of makes sense.
Alright. I'll give it to you. Because does it show that he has the red diamond here?
It does not.
So it means that he got it the other day.
Right.
I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you. Because you're like 95% correct.
Take a good look at this newspaper clipping. It contains a picture of the Tear of Emanon, the stolen jewel.
Well, what about it?
The problem is this jewel's color.
Color. I'm not much for discussing color myself.
According to the clipping, the color of the stolen jewel was blue. However, in the blackmail letter, a totally different jewel is mentioned. I'll take that red diamond you received the other day.
Red?
Which means the red diamond described in the blackmail letter is not the Tear of Emanon that Maximus stole it all!
What? And your point is, Mr. Chite? So you're trying to say that the blackmail letter was intended for someone else? That's what you're trying to say, right, Chite?
That is what you're trying to say, right, Mr. Wright?
Well, that is what you're trying to say, right, Nick?
Yes. This is who Kane Bullard was actually blackmailing.
Oh my god, who is it?
This motherfucking
Look at me!
Naturally, it was you, Detective Atmey.
Do you have some sort of basis for that claim?
You have been personally involved in every single mask-to-mask case. And in the last case, you recovered what was stolen and received a jewel as your reward.
Jewel.
Probably the one wrapped conspicuously around your finger. That red diamond ring! That is the diamond referred to in the letter! Which means that Kane Bullard wrote that letter in order to blackmail you!
Order in this court! How do I say?
It seems you've gone too far with your childish pranks, Mr. Trite.
Uh-oh. I don't like the way he said that.
Kane Bullard blackmailing Luke Atmey. You for real?
Yes, I am.
Nick, come on, stand up to him! And answer me, this! The blackmail letter contains the following passage. If you don't want your identity revealed to the world,
Yes, it certainly does.
Kane Bullard threatened to make Luke Atmey's identity public knowledge. An identity he wanted to keep a secret. So just what was that identity?
Atmey killed Kane Bullard because he was afraid of his secret becoming known. What was the identity he wanted to keep secret?
This is what it all comes down to, Nick!
The identity that Luke Atmey wanted to so desperately keep secret was his identity as...
He was already publicly an ace detective. He was the one getting blackmailed, so... Unless I'm somehow just a fucking moron, I don't see how it can't be mask to mask.
Luke Atmey was mask to mask. What?
That's my line.
What's that supposed to mean?
That's my line too. Listen up, you. This is what you've been saying up to this point in time. The witness pretended to be mask to mask in order to pin the murder on the defendant. In which case, they want to insist up to and beyond the day you die that Ron DeLite was in fact mask to mask.
I must say, this sudden change of heart doesn't reflect well with fuck me.
He's not mask to mask!
I know, but I didn't understand any of them.
Come on, Nick, wasn't Mr. DeLite the one who was actually mask to mask?
Yeah.
Oof, okay, I'll try thinking about this again.
In bullets. Okay. Ron DeLite was actually mask to mask.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then after his first heist, he fucked up so badly that he was already found out by somebody.
Right.
And that person sent him a bunch of letters on how to do a couple more heists. So somebody else was masterminding his entire career.
Which was the detective, Luke Atmey. So he wanted to keep his identity as Luke Atmey, the ace detective, a secret, so that Mask to Mask wouldn't find out, so he could keep looking all right.
Okay, so what does that make Luke Atmey?
An ace detective.
No, god damn it!
How is it a black? Hold on. He's not blackmail. Oh, because you.
Just because you're being blackmailed doesn't mean you can't be a blackmailer as well.
You're right. I'm a dumbass blackmailer.
Oh god! Jesus, man. The spray bottle's like 5 feet away, so I'm too lazy to grab it.
Luke Atmey was a blackmailer.
I'll do this to you.
Objection!
There we go.
Didn't seem like a punishment. Okay.
Hey now, isn't that a little different from what you've been saying? You said that Kane Bullard was the one blackmailing Luke Atmey. Are you saying that Atmey was blackmailing someone else on top of that? Ugh. You have to admit that does sound a little odd.
It's not odd. It's the only thing that makes any sense. King Bullard was blackmailing Luke Atmey. But Ron Delight was also being blackmailed by a certain someone. So, did you start receiving blackmail letters after this incident?
Yes, just a few days after the Tear of Eminon heist. After that, I started getting the plans in the mail. Those are plans from some very kind person. Incredibly detailed plans.
Detailed plans? In which case, that would mean that Ron Delight was actually masked demasked.
That is what we are claiming. Someone else came up with the plans and had Mr. Delight steal his targets for him. And that someone was none other than Luke Atmey.
Shh! Silence! Now I see. It's all becoming clear.
What is?
When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Careless, with a tendency to jump to conclusions. Am I wrong?
How did you...
You say that I, Luke Atmey, was blackmailing Ron Delight. In which case, I would naturally know all about his relation to Master Mask.
Well, yes.
Ron Delight started receiving plans from his second heist onward, correct? Which means I learned of his identity when he committed that first crime.
Good point. You certainly couldn't have blackmailed him otherwise.
In that case, let's see some hot, bitter evidence. During the first crime, how did Luke Atmey know that Ron Delight was Master Mask?
Alright, during the first crime, how did he know that Ron Delight was masked demasked?
Yes.
Alright. The first, and then can we go to the list of the crimes? Isn't there a list of crimes?
Yes, yeah, there you go.
So the first one was
The Tear of Eminon.
Eminon. So
Yeah.
how did
Luke Atmey know that Ron Delight was Master Mask?
Oh, well, it wasn't because he was posing as a security guard.
Dude, Luke Atmey or Ron Delight?
Ron Delight.
Ron Delight was posing as a security guard. Do you remember what else he said? What was Ron Delight's plan during the heist? It would be a security guard, and
Yeah.
then what?
And then he would... Shit, I can't remember.
Pull this up right here, since this is a Tear of Eminon.
He said he would... So he steals it, then poses as the security guard so that he could... What was he doing? Like, trying to, like, get him off the scent or something like that?
I'm telling you, it's a very shitty plan, and it's obvious. Yeah, it's no wonder that he got caught for his first crime.
Shit, yeah, I can't remember. What was he doing? Wasn't he just like... Oh, fuck, what was he doing? I remember this conversation. I mean, I remember it, but I don't remember it. He would steal it, and then he would pose as a security guard.
And then what would he do?
Well, he would say, I got this under control, right?
Okay, who is he at this moment?
At this moment, he's a security guard.
But who is he?
He's Ron Delight, the security
But
guard.
who is he?
He's a person of authority.
But who is he?
He is a confidant to a detective.
But who is he?
He's Master Mask.
At this moment, yes, he's Master Mask, okay?
Yes.
So knowing that he's Master Mask, what is missing there?
What is missing in this picture?
Yeah.
Knowing that he's Master Mask.
Yes.
He's not dressed as Master Mask.
Okay, so with that detail in mind,
Yeah.
he's not just as Master Mask at this moment.
Yeah.
What was his plan?
Oh, something with the costume, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was going to... Oh, that's right. He, like... Did he hide the costume?
Where?
Because it was discovered, right? You had it in the damn trash can?
There you go. That was the right one. Okay, thank God. Holy shit. Oh.
I think I see it.
See that?
You were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Gets into lots of mischief trying to be the center of attention.
What do you mean?
This newspaper clipping. It has a picture of you and Ron Delight in his guard uniform. It seems that Master Mask didn't just appear into thin air. Just took off his outfit and hid it in a bucket.
That sounds far too stupid to be true.
Correct, with tricks like that, he couldn't fool a baby, let alone an ace detective. And that's when you figured it out, Mr. Atmey. That's when you learned that under his mask, Mask to Mask, Ron Delight.
What the? Wasn't he supposed to be Master Mask?
Not only that, it looks like he wasn't even an ace detective.
I couldn't believe it. He was just a slimy blackmailer.
What a fraud, trying to pass himself off as an ace detective!
Why, you? How dare you expose me like that? Why, I never blackmailed anyone in my life. I'm a famous and proud ace detective, and also Master Mask. Why can't you understand that?
I'm afraid you are neither a proud thief nor an ace detective. You're a blackmailer and a murderer. That is your true identity.
Why you? How did you even get by that? Someone is capable of one. I couldn't even fall to such a. When I tried doing something to yourself, that big battle. You were full of fools. I said that you came by my job. It's just so God. This is great me. Come into me. This one is great. I said that you can't help. Blackmail, murder. I always get off. It's enough to make one laugh. I actually got all of that.
Oh, wow. That was impressive.
Holy shit.
It would seem we finally arrived at the real answer.
That was quite a performance by Mr. Atmey.
Bailiff, please prepare to sell for Mr. Atmey.
Objection!
Classic.
A hammer that strikes too fast. There's no time to aim.
What do you mean? I'm already prepared to deliver my ruling.
Allow me to say one thing. I will be the one to judge.
Yeah.
Don't get much more in your face than that. It appears your claws weren't quite sharp enough, Mr. Chite.
What are you?
It's true that you've proven a lot of things. Things like Luke Atmey was a filthy blackmailer. And that he wasn't at Lordly Taylor the night of the murder.
That's right. That's why he's the one who killed Mr.
But there's still one thing you have yet to prove.
What's that?
Just because he wasn't at the warehouse doesn't mean he was at the murder scene. Therefore, if you can't prove that this pitiful excuse for a man was at KB security, then I don't see how a verdict can be delivered.
No way!
Order in the court. Well, Mr. Wright?
This is it. This is the final round. I've got to prove that Atmey was at Mr. Bullard's office on that night.
But can you really prove that? That's long enough, Mr. Chite. I want to hear you answer.
That night, Luke Atmey was at KB Security and the defense.
Well, might that prove it? On the next episode!
Feed Rights during Trials and Tribulations. Make sure to tune in every day. When we release, make sure to like, subscribe, comment below, and hit that bell so you can be notified.
Alright, goodbye.
Bye.